Okay, I've had 3 finds, 3 different owls, a 1 real and a 50 cents and a 5 cents. So, promising. Normally I don't find many coins, but here we go. Look here, that's a puffer fish. Well, I'm sure it is. Oh, it's its mouth and its eyes. Well, it's dead anyway. It's a beautiful day, it is. Perfect actually, no one around. Well, there's no one sat around. There's quite a few people wandering up and down with dogs and doing exercises. But there's no one sat around sunbathing, which is good because if it were a lovely sunny day, this would be full of people. So it's just right for metal detecting and wandering around. Well, you see where I've come from, right down the other end there, and I found those 3 coins. They've seen me digging and they've arrived, 3 of them. Well, anyway, I've just found another coin, just where this outlet is, look. Just there, actually. And this one here is a 2. That's looks like a capybara, and it's Uruguay. Okay, so the second foreign coin, I had one last week from Paraguay, you remember? Here we go, another find, 5 cents. Oh, doing alright, eh? Not a lot of money, but that's not important. Look at that there, eh? Would you believe it? Very deep. I don't know what it is, but it's a piece of steel sheet of some description. And on the inside, look, it's full of these little hooks. Don't know what it is. But anyway, I'll throw it in the bin. Get it off the beach. Here we go, another one. A 5. Nandi. And another one of Uruguay. Hey! That guy on the bicicletta, on the bicycle, he just stopped, had a word with me, found 2 rings, he said, down there with his metal detector. I said, well, I'm going there now. So anyway, well, I can't believe I'm having this look. Coins, fantastic. I'm glad I come here. Yeah, I've just found a turtle laying its eggs on the beach. It was in the sand there. So I think it's going back to the water now. Another coin, folks. This time a 25 cents. Brazilian. And another coin. Very dirty, that one. These pigeons are following me around, look. Every time I dig an hole, they come behind me. When I walk away, they'll go and have a look around the hole. They're obviously hungry, aren't they? And another one, 25 cents again. Literally found the first one there, a couple of meters away there. I cannot believe the look I'm having. Maybe I'll sleep on this beach tonight, just continue. I think this one here is a bit cold, look. That there, cold and hungry. His mates will continue down the beach. I'm going to sit down in a bit anyway, have something to eat, so give them a bit of bread. Well, that there is the end of a pole, the support for a umbrella in there, broken off. So I think I'm going to get in between those bushes there and have a drink. A little bit of a break. Yeah. Another part of a umbrella pole in the ground there. Good signal because it's aluminium. Very strong signal. Bin that. Not a lot of business today for the bars and restaurants. Hardly anything at all. I noticed a bit further up there was a few open, but no one there. They are. Small fry. Frying tonight. Another coin, 5 cents. That's been in the sand some time. I'll tell you something, I've noticed quite a few dodgy looking guys wandering around here along the front, walking up and down, you know, looking for opportunities. You can just, they stand out a mile to me, up to no good, as though they've got nothing else better to do, you know what I mean? But I've found a ring then, look at that. I think it's some kind of a washer, really, really thin. Looks like a ring, but it's not. Well, there seems to be a little bit more life down here. There's a restaurant there, Delicious du Mar. There's a few people in there actually eating, so that place there. There's another one there, but that one's closed. Restaurant. Look, a casing, shell. Can't see what it is, whether it's a 38 or not. Quite a big one. Just down there. Look at all those pigeons on the roof there. Lifeguards post. Yeah, another find, a steel pin. Very short. No, it's been broke off, look. These are what they use for fastening down these gazebos or tents. Maybe anyway. 2 more restaurants. Closed. I'm not that far from the end now. Look at these here, these rocks in the water. Like a giant sea lion without an head. Doing a bit of fishing. Every time the water comes in, he waits for it to go back out, and then he stands doing a bit of fishing, look. He must have good eyes. I think that's an egret. Oh, could be wrong. Anyway, here we go, look. Perched up on the rocks there, 2 cabins. So that's where the spotters sit in the mullet season, looking out into the sea. So when the mullet come up, anyway, I'm almost at the end. Still spitting with rain a little bit, it's not too bad. Very misty. I've come a hell of a long way. I bet I've come about, at least 3 kilometres, maybe more. From going to start heading back and walking on the soft sand. The majority of these buildings on the front have got rental signs. That one there, look, all the way down I've noticed, that one there. They're all for rent in the season, obviously. So, I'm not going to go any further anyway. Start walking up the softer sand now. Hey, do you remember that steel plate I found buried with the spikes on? Now I know, I've remembered what it's for. Look, I've just come over here. On the top of these pressure treated posts, they've all had them on at some stage, look. Right. You can see where all the little spikes have been. Well, all of them. Look at this here, dodgy, eh? Electrical connections, look, all exposed. Just with a bit of bloody tape around them. Jesus Christ. Oh! Eh? It's obviously for the lighting, eh? Yeah, look. We've got conduit there, and then here. Pieces missing also at that end. We've just got those connections there and insulation tape. Yes, it does look like a seal a little bit from this angle. Quick glance. There's an homeless guy there, look, with a bicycle. These dogs are his. Look at their mount he's got. Hey, 2, 4, 6. I saw him earlier actually, he just passed me again and said hello. Well, the dogs are having a bit of a play and then they'll go catch up with him. There they go, look. Jesus Christ, I bet they take some feeding, eh? Big dogs. Oh, there they go. So 2, 4, 6, 7. Alright. Jesus. One cigarette lighter and it's working. What's down there? The peg. What's there? Quite a big one, that. Well, I'm back where I started. But I think I'm going to go a little bit further now to that wooden walkway there. Just to that top end of the beach. There we go, I'm right up the far end of the beach. Here's the walkway, look. Starts there. And it goes all the way around there. It's a nice walk actually. But look at this here. I can actually smell this sewerage coming from the town through there. Unbelievable, look at the colour of that. And you get kids playing in here. Jesus Christ. I'm almost done anyway. Back down there, 100 yards to the motorbike. Well, there we go folks. Not a bad day really. It's the most I've found. There's not a lot of value, but quantity wise, plenty of coins. What, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 coins, a lighter, 2 pegs, casing, 3 washers or whatever they are. Them 3 things. Anyway, not bad. Very good actually. Back at base camp, bikes over here. Not a bad find, eh? Not bad at all. It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon now, so from 10:30 this morning, 5.5 hours. Not a bad day. Plenty of walking, must have done 5, maybe 6k. Beautiful weather also for it. Not hot, not cold. Keep you occupied, eh? That's what it's about. Better than sat around doing nothing. So, hope you enjoyed it. See you soon, bye.